Welcome to Subramani. Investing in 2021. Well, we are anyway at the end of 2020, and how is 2021 going to be? Asking anybody this question is a little funny because they all feel that 2021 will be very volatile, and it's very clear from where this comment is coming. This comment is coming from the fact that 2020 was very volatile, right? But 2021 could be dull and boring. I mean, it could be in a recession, it could be up, it could be down. I'm not talking about that, but possibly it could be a very, very dull, boring 2% kind of a year, or a 3% kind of a year, or a minus 5% kind of a year. It could be dull and boring like that simply because we have no clue what is going to happen in 2021. But okay, let's start from here. How was 2020? There is absolutely no doubt that it was volatile. You saw the markets plunge in March and recover in September, October, and in November hit an all-time high. US markets were also at an all-time high perhaps in February, and then it fell in March. And then definitely one thing is clear, that the economy, whether it is US, Europe, or India, or all over the world, every economy is going through very tough times. Forget what the markets are telling you. Look at the number of people who have lost jobs and all. Look at those things, and definitely it is hurting. Yes, some fund houses are collecting money, but overall equity is losing money and not gaining money, right? So investors, we do not know what is happening. Maybe investors are pumping money directly, but mutual fund inflows are not too great. And this is the situation in 2020. Maybe in 2021 things will be a little different, volatility may be lower, but the question to ask is the market now high, low, or rightly priced? Now this is a very difficult question to answer, but one thing is certain: looking at the market makes no sense if you are an individual investor, because you are going to invest in a mutual fund portfolio. You have to see whether that fund portfolio is good, because there will always be some shares available at a PE of 65 and some available at a PE of 6. So the question is, what kind of a portfolio composition he has done, what is he doing, and how much of that particular fund do you want in your portfolio. If it's for example a very specific sector fund, you may not want that to be 25% of your portfolio, right? Or if it's a foreign fund, like, I mean, if it's a US based fund or a Japan based fund, there is always a limit as to how much you will have it in your portfolio. You won't have 20% of that or 30% of that in your portfolio if you are such a person, right? You have sizing issues, so you will not go and say, okay, let me put much more money in the Asia fund or a Japan fund. So you will have your balance that you maintain, and that is how you will operate, right? How you operate is far more important than what are the value stocks available or whether the index will go up or go down. So find out how you will react. Also decide that even though 80% of your money or 75% of your money which is to go into equities is with fund managers, 20-25% of your own money should be in direct stocks also. Treat yourself as one of the 4-5 fund managers. Suppose you put money in 3 funds houses, which is 75% of your money. I'm only talking of the equity portion. Consider yourself as also an equity, as a fund manager, and keep comparing yourself with the other 3 fund managers. Now the question is, what did you do in Feb or in March 2020? That broadly defines how you are as an investor, because if I have to give you strategies on how to invest in 2021, I have to at least know that till 2031 you will not want to look at this money. Whether it goes to 0 or whether it goes to 20% of its value, you are not going to look at it. You are not going to panic. That is the most important thing. See, being fearful is okay, but panic is still optional, right? So is the market fairly priced? I do not know, because I do think there are enough stocks available which are attractively priced, and many shares which are terribly overpriced, but it will keep going up in value as people buy more and more of the index. right? So some of these overpriced index stocks will correct one day. We just do not know the date on which it will. So is the market overpriced? The other way to look at it is this a market where you will regret that you didn't invest? Will you look back in 2024 and say, wow, 2020 had such cheap valuations, I wish I had bought it? I doubt whether that will happen, because many of our stocks are at 20 and 25 PE, and we do not know whether that is going to sustain. Whether it is 2020 or 2021 doesn't really matter. All indicators are US market is fully priced, overpriced, the Buffett indicator or any of those indicators if you take. Similarly, in India also there is an argument that India is definitely overpriced or fully priced, so there is no great attraction to buy. No, but the problem is there are many small cap which are not yet discovered. So maybe you could buy that. Maybe you don't think that HDFC Bank is a good buy, but there could be some other NBFC which is a good buy, right? So how should you deal with this? I mean, at least there will be no political uncertainty in 2021, because the US election is behind us and there is nothing coming up in India. I mean, no general election coming up. So largely you will be indifferent to the events which are there, politically speaking. Doesn't matter. You have to anyway keep building your brand. That's a different thing. So sometime in 2000, what all will you do? The advice doesn't really change. So keep a diversified portfolio, which means 2-3 funds which you are comfortable with. Largely large cap, mid cap, small cap, whatever. If you want to put in a contra fund, if you want to put any of those things, all equity funds, maybe you put in some international flavor also. There is at least one fund of funds which chooses which international fund to lay emphasis on. So now they are more invested in Japan and Asia than in, say, US, right? So put that also into your portfolio, and that's great. But what all should you do? First of all, keep cool. Learn meditation. I think learning meditation is a very important thing in your investing journey. After we've already seen how all to diversify your portfolio. Don't try and time any market. Don't think, oh, US market has given a very long run, let me remove all the money. What is likely to happen is, if you remove all the money, maybe you are right. Maybe after 2 years the market will go down, but during the interim period you may go and buy it again. So the whole purpose is lost. So don't try to time the market. Maybe now the Japanese market will do well. Maybe the Hong Kong market will do well, right? Hong Kong is anyway a proxy for China, right? So maybe the Chinese market will do well. So don't try and time the market. Try putting into different funds, almost all of them on a regular SIP basis. Have your vision very clear. That think of it this way: you have gone and told your IFA that you will make this investment with a 10-year view. Why are you panicking in 2 years, right? Fear people are bound to have, because once they know what the market is likely to do, I mean, they feel the market or 30% girega, 20% girega. But whether to panic or no is optional. Exercise the option of saying, no, I will not bow down to fear. Thank you.